let's see what we pick up on. Adaptability in reverse, resistance upright, concentration in reverse. Adaptability in reverse, Moon and Gemini, someone does not accept or is not wanting to communicate, doesn't want to bargain or compromise with another person. Resistance in reverse, to be honest, this feels very protesty. And someone literally refusing to follow instructions, someone who is refusing to do what they're told or do what is expected of them. This just makes me think of riots or protests. Concentration in reverse, this could be done to divert focus from something, but also looking at the swords, like kind of attacking this specific person or situation, that being in the reverse, this kind of makes me think something could happen that is a diversionary tactic during the days before or around the election. Trump is a Gemini. We have Gemini, and Taurus. So this could potentially be Trump refusing to agree with someone or refusing to accept something. Could be if he's refusing to accept certain rules for some reason, or if something does happen in connection to him that is a diversionary tactic. Like I said, there could be protests either from his camp or people protesting because of him or about him. But it's interesting how it's only Gemini here that is coming up as the zodiac sign, but none of the other candidates are coming up. Okay, the more I look at things, the more I feel like Gemini connected to Trump actually represents the Republican Party. Someone doesn't agree with how things are going. Interesting. Military is in reverse, thought, and party is in reverse. So quite literally, we're talking about the quote-unquote Republican Party, possibly. Military in reverse, is that not just J.D. Vance? Might be thinking of him and replacing him. Young man is in reverse, marriage is in reverse, and the Lord is upright. So the marriage card is a separation or two people breaking up, the breaking of a contract or an agreement. Makes me think that either people of the Republican Party will start to say they don't want Vance to represent them, or if Vance does something and they're like, I think we got to replace him. Is it possible that Trump's the one that they want to replace? Maybe. There's something going on with the Republican Party. It's about them. This message is about them. Something about resistance going on in their party. I don't think they're really on the same page with each other as much these days. To be honest, this could literally just be saying that the assassination thing was a diversionary tactic. Concentration in reverse. We have the visit card here. So again, all about partnerships. We have the widow in reverse. So this is about someone who doesn't want to let go, but we've tried to let this thing go because desire is in reverse. We don't want it anymore. I feel like someone is in talks about letting go of someone or something that has connections to the Republican Party because it's no longer working out in their favor. Journey reverse, message and servant in reverse. Could just be that certain people who support their party, you'll see, will start to withdraw their support, especially monetarily. Does someone say, like, I don't want to take responsibility for this? Like, I don't want to be responsible for that. Some people have been doubting things in relation to their camp or have been very unsure about how things are going to go. The only other thing I could think of is if the election does go through, but there's a protest in relation to the results. To be honest, I'm already warning you that if a protest does happen, that you've got to make sure, if you're going to join, you got to make sure you are keeping your details safe, like all the protest procedures and all that. Wouldn't be surprised if there's some form of chaos that ensues during a protest. What else do we see happening for the election? The reason why I wanted to do this reading is because I have heard some people say that they're not really sure they see the election going on or they see it being really weird. Fulfillment is in reverse. That is something not being finished. Birth is in reverse. We can't start a new term. Assertion be here. This is honestly war, violence, or something in relation to protests, fighting. Not very well versed on election policy, so I'm just reading the energy. Fulfillment is in reverse, so something doesn't get finished. Letter, this is the voting, right? Ballots, or we're receiving news about something, about an old man, and then the widow card. I saw the widow card already earlier, and I was like, why is it the widow? So it's the female, right, that has lost someone. I'm just trying to figure out why this is. This is not so great. This is like the passing of someone that is an older man, or it could be, I mean, I did say earlier, the like death card can also mean the ending of something. So if someone decides we can't support this person or this isn't working, like that, okay, I don't know. This is the death card, which means an ending or an actual death or something that doesn't go their way, doesn't go as planned, the widow is the one, the female is the one that has lost someone. I hope I'm explaining this right. It sounds so, you get it, okay? Again, all this could mean is that they drop someone from their party. But birth is in reverse here. So something does not start yet. We don't have, like, birth to me is a new beginning. So a new beginning cannot start yet. A new term, a new whatever, cycle. Sadness is in reverse though. So we're not going to be sad over it for a long period of time. Hope is upright. So we're kind of looking at other options. Loyalty is in reverse here. Again, that just makes me think we're thinking of other options in relation to political party candidates or something like that. Since we have both the old man and the young man here, it's also possible that let's say, this is gonna sound so weird, but let's say if Trump is like, I don't want him as my running mate, for example. The assertion card here, someone is asserting themselves. Again, kind of a fight, a conflict. Young man is in reverse, misunderstanding and anger here. Something's a problem. Something's afoot for sure. Here's the interesting part. Waltz is in Aries. So this is Sun in Aries. I have to green screen my own screen because I just thought of another theory while editing this. But I mentioned the widow, I mentioned the old man, I also mentioned Waltz as an Aries and the assertion card. Could that be that if Kamala does win, that something might happen and she doesn't get to start her term as president, and that Waltz might have to step in instead? I'm hoping this isn't the case for anybody involved, but if I worked in the government or had any connections to security, I would be doubling down on that for all parties involved. Either way, it seems like there's some conflict there. Birth is in reverse here. This would be if we can't start the election process. And horizons refers to long distance or overseas things. Could be someone is saying like, oh, like we have some, again, like information breach. Reminds me of Hillary for some reason. So, like makes me think of like, oh, we have like breaches to other countries, so we need to like assess the election process. Maybe there's fraud happening, something weird like that. Someone's loyalty is questioned. We have the assertion card here. Someone is fighting this. Someone is like saying, I'm not gonna go down without a fight. Some form of a complaint, a fight, a call to action, or someone claiming that there's cheating going on. Something like that is going on here. This is an Aries, but so that would be Tim Walz, could be. That doesn't necessarily mean that Tim Walz is the one that is being referred to here. It could be that he's the one complaining. Final outcome cards, we have adaptability in reverse again, even though I shuffled, protection upright, and then bluff in reverse. So these are 2 Geminis and 1 Aries. Make of that what you will. I wouldn't be surprised if the election itself is delayed. Just of what I'm picking up on here is that skeletons are about to come out, and I feel like it's going to be from both parties. And if one party's skeletons are more out in the open, it's not as surprising, even though it's still not great. Now, adaptability in reverse, we get it. I feel like this is Trump. He's not going down without a fight. So they're definitely digging up dirt of any kind as much as possible. Now, here's the interesting part that I'm seeing. We have the protection card here, right? Moon and Aries here. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is already about him, so I don't understand exactly what's going on here. I'm just reading the cards. Prophet is here, Judge in reverse, and Gift. For some reason, this makes me feel like someone who bribed a judge or like did something illegal in relation to profits or gifts. Corruption, some form of like gaining unlawfully gaining money from a government position or something like that. This is also the Aries card. What if one of the candidates is exposed for having done something like that? That would be a huge thing, and that person might have to be replaced. The only other thing I can think of is if I'm thinking about this in the reverse, and this is the Democratic Party making it a point to literally focus on the fact that this person has committed this crime. Bluff is in reverse. Again, I feel like someone has something on another person. They just haven't brought it out yet. There's still more information that might come to the surface about this. I don't know what this is, but there's tea that's coming out. And when this does come out, it's going to be something that might make people consider changing their candidate of whichever party this is going to be. All I know is if you're a voter, you should follow the rules, because if they find out you don't follow the rules, that vote isn't going to count, and then whoever you support is like, it's just not going to go well. So something about that may also be something to keep in mind. That's what I'm seeing so far. If you like this, make sure you book a reading with me, mediumisabella.com. Comment below what else you want me to do a reading on. Okay, bye.